right. So
What?
again, y'all were being forced to recover due to the fact that you had been severely wounded. A lot of you were down to single digits on your HP, except for Gragnar, who fucking.
Except for me as well.
I didn't get hit at all.
Alright,
but
look, I would like to state that I was only damaged because I willingly let it be.
I said,
fair,
no,
to
shield.
be fair, I did ask you if you wanted me to hit you with a fireball.
True.
But essentially, you have reached the end of the week. The day prior to you fully recovering, you were informed that Vieira had disappeared.
Yes.
And left a note. And it appears that she had actually gone missing a couple days prior, but with everything going on and people trying to basically look after the church, clean up and everything, no one noticed except for Garum, who had been spending a couple days looking for her and then finally came back to talk to you guys when he found the letter. And essentially what ends up happening is as you guys are forced to rest and go ahead, eventually you do fall asleep. More so due to the fact that in your food, Yolanda had slipped in medication.
She drugged us?
Oh yeah, all of y'all. To get you, because Gragnar was screaming for a week straight, and Calypso was trying to sneak the fuck out. So she was just like, fuck it, I'm drugging y'all. What's gonna happen? I am one of the lead people in this city. Who's gonna do shit?
She's like, what are you gonna do? Cry?
I've already been doing that for a week.
What are you gonna do? Stop me? I don't think so.
Yolanda's like, what are you gonna do? Call the cops or the church? You must not know our histories.
No, I know your histories.
My
I'm just gonna
sleeping
eat
drugs
my...
away, comes kiss me for him.
Fran just looks at you and goes, no.
No.
I will eat the drugs willingly. You don't even have to hide them.
But focusing on this again.
Big masculine hands.
I'm just picturing Sam it's secretly in the background looking at Yolanda's hands, making like those big masculine hands.
And then Calypso's like, but you ain't got no hands.
Oh yeah, you are missing a hand
yes,
now.
I know that. I'm like, yes, I know that.
Yes, I know that.
Sister Yolanda reaching for Fran's throat with my big meaty claws.
Oh, God.
Big meaty claws.
I like how we keep saying to focus
Well,
and we
there's
immediately
causing-
just...
SpongeBob, goddamn it.
Focusing.
Focusing, okay.
Okay.
As you were, DM, as you were.
I heard SpongeBob and I remembered I had that.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, moving from here.
Anyway.
So
Seem to be rather distracted, DM.
as you all actually wake up the next morning, essentially what happens is you wake up to Sister Yolanda and several of the nuns of the church bringing you food and going ahead and unlocking the desks next to you that they had put your stuff in because they locked them that previous night after someone tried to climb out of the fucking room sneaky.
They didn't climb out, they walked through the door.
She was trying to fucking sneak around, all right? She was... But
We
what
didn't
ends up
see anything.
Focus. I'm gonna pull it right on back here, guys. Come on now.
What you pulling?
My wank.
I'll give you something to pull. Gragnar will too. One for each hand.
Oh no, I'm talking about her penis.
So DM, what's on the agenda today?
Some fucking dumbasses. So, as they start leaving you food and everything, you get up, and about an hour after you get up and start getting ready and cleaned up, they go ahead and remove the bandages for one last time, and then go ahead and apply cream on several of the burns that were there, things like that. For the most part, y'all have pretty much are at like 95%. You know, there's you're still sore, you're still a bit beat from, you know, the fights previous to the week previously, but that's to be expected, you know. Garum comes in about an hour later and he kind of pulls up a chair and he goes, "Hey guys, so Yolanda found this taped to the back of the main church door. And it's from Vera."
Was that recently put there, or was this from the week of investigating that you were doing?
It wasn't a week, it was about 2 or 3 days.
Feels like
and
a goddamn week.
And you didn't take me with you.
And you didn't take her with you.
Shut the fuck up, both of y'all. Y'all were injured and y'all needed to rest.
I was fine.
I wasn't injured. I was fine. They made me sit down. They put a fucking muzzle on me.
Let
I
him
was
read
leisuring.
the letter.
Fine.
I'll think about it. Okay, now you can. With my permission.
He's a general.
You know, I just fucking finished cleaning and fixing my gun. And he sits there with his, he pulls the gun out in the most stereotypical, like, Southern dad way. He pulls his gun out and he just kind of sits there and he says, "I just cleaned this. Don't make me use it."
Oh,
Do it,
please.
no balls. Do it, no balls.
I would love to see you try considering Yolanda threatened to kill somebody for threatening me not too long ago. So.
And he pulls out a little letter.
You have a guide dog. I have a guide dog.
And he pulls out a
Fine.
letter, Fran. He pulls out a letter, and it has the mark of the church on it. "This is my free one-time get-out-of-jail-free card with you,
Oh!
courtesy of Yolanda."
And he calls out through the door, "So you're just handing those out now, huh?"
Oh my God.
You have
You
no
wanna know
idea how
something
many
funny?
times people have used those cards on me.
You want to know something funny?
Hmm.
This card has a 5-time use period.
5 times? Oh, what did you do? Did you? Well, you know what? I actually don't want to know.
Nah, I think
Nothing. She
Okay.
said she could relate and said, "Here you go," before she went and handled the rest of the church stuff yesterday.
Oh, that's what they call it now, relating.
Church stuff. Anyway, go on.
We don't want to talk about church stuff here on stream. Like,
Why not? They know that we're 18 plus.
I'm more
Anyway.
talking. Today on local
Catholics,
news,
am I
4
right?
different streamers gets kicked from the fucking game. YouTube shuts down a whole D&D campaign.
We're not that important to them.
But so essentially he puts away that letter and again pulls out Viera's letter. And he begins to read. "Thank you for everything, but I can't wait any longer. The letter Vaughn sent to me only confirmed 2 of my biggest fears. Vaughn is being tortured and experimented on, and he is, in fact, in Ashengard. I know it seems that I'm being brash, but I'll set up a plan for you when you arrive. I'll be traveling with some people that owe me and Vaughn. Hopefully, I'll see you there."
Oh shit.
Oh, she's gonna die.
And she, again, this letter is dated to be exactly 3 days prior. It seems that she left after some form of thought process, because she's not just running out there. It does seem like she has a plan,
Right.
but there's definitely a bit of worry in her voice. Okay.
Aaron, we have to help her. She's gonna die.
You know what?
That's where the next part of the plan comes in. If you
DM,
guys, yes.
Before you answer that, what do I know about Ashengard?
Ashengard is partners with the Kingdom United and has been for about 13 years now. The Ashengard has partnered to kind of step in to try to be a place where magic can be taught to a lot of the guards and nobles. Essentially trying to step in and take the place of another notable magical kingdom that is essentially farther north. You would know that the partnership with Ashengard, though it is considered to be a long-term endeavor, is questioned by a lot of nobles, as it is in fact a dragonkin state.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a bit of animosity and racism between the groups. But the kings have gone out of their way to state that Ashengard is a partner, and any trouble or issues that Ashengard goes into, they will back them on it. You also know from the information you've gathered from both your predecessor as well as just your work and travel that Ashengard is not only a place that's being used as its kind of magical academy, but it's also being used as a vassal state. Unofficially, of course, because Ashengard still retains its independence. But for all intents and purposes, the king of Ashengard has sold out the city for what you can presume is power, wealth, and freedom in his research.
Right. Okay.
As for Garum, he sits there, he folds up the letter, and he says, "We're going to go after her, but..." And he looks at Sam. "I might have an idea that I've been talking with Yolanda about that could get us both a ride and also a free ticket."
Oh. I assume since you're looking at our pirate friend that it involves a ship.
Yeah.
Well, good. At least she knows how to sail.
Sam?
Yes.
How would you like to take your ship back?
How is this going to be done exactly?
Hopefully quietly,
Ha.
because the church can't get involved. They've already put a embargo on the Kingdom United, considering the ties to what happened in the coffers. Until that's cleared up, they've essentially put a temporary embargo on it, and they've actually gone ahead and used this as an excuse to keep the ship at the harbor.
So you're saying we need to steal the ship?
Need to sneak on board and steal the ship, yeah.
How the fuck are we gonna do that? That ship is gigantic and there's only 5 of us.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's gigantic. And we can easily slip onto that, actually. Well, I could always do the talking.
But how are we gonna sail it? We need an
Sam.
entire crew for that.
You might not.
I was saying, I've
Right.
started a mutiny here or there before.
So, information that's been gathered on the ship, and he pulls out some documentation, and he looks at Sam. You've looked at some of this, but there's rumors that the ship may be magically inclined, and that the captain has some way of controlling the ship. The crew is actually far below the amount of people necessary already. There's only about 15 people on the ship, maybe 20.
That's still 10 more than what we have.
So we get on the ship. Ship may or may not be magical. What do we do if we can't do anything with it since it's magical? It's probably tied to the person that's commanding it, isn't it?
That's the key. We have to get to Cutler first.
Yep. The supposed key to the ship is the captain's cutlass. His sword seems to have the ability to directly give him the ability to control the ship. That much.
Sam, you want a new sword?
I'm always down for, the revenge that I've been waiting for, but mind you, Cutler's not an easy one to take down. The ship's more than likely not the only thing magically inclined, and knowing him, he has the whole thing rigged. This isn't going to exactly be a walk in the park.
Well, the good news
did
is
also just get a new stealth cloak.
the good news is also that the ship is going to be forced to be in dock for at least another week.
So what? We steal the ship and take it back before anyone notices? I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, and he has his gun in his lap, and he sits there and goes, "All we need to do is take the ship and make sure that Sam is the captain." And Yolanda said that she is willing to work out some extra hands on the deck if necessary. Obviously not tied to the church.
Wait, I thought Yolanda was... Wait. So is she helping us take the ship?
in an unofficial capacity.
Okay.
The church can't get involved, but if Yolanda just so happens to be pissed about something, and it's her off day tomorrow, so she's willing to get us near the ship as she hands off the paperwork saying they can't leave for a week, and we can get on. She'll be the distraction.
Okay.
Do we know if the captain's still staying aboard on the ship, or is he going to be away?
He hasn't left the ship. They've seen him on the deck, and that's it.
Hmm.
So we have to kidnap. No, not kidnap.
We're gonna have to kill him.
Yay,
Oh,
murder.
why?
To be fair, Yolanda has confirmed that pretty much every person on that ship is a lawless scoundrel who's wanted for murder, pillaging, among other things.
So
Typical
what
pirate
you're
things?
saying is there's a reward.
Well, the reward
Is
would be the
there?
ship and everything on it.
I don't
There won't-
fucking care about the ship. I want
There-
money.
I said
Greg.
everything on it.
You have plenty of money, Gragnar, that you won't share.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have to share.
okay.
He's a grown-ass
So
coal.
feel
hold on. Let me say something real quick. Why the fuck y'all want to take his money all the time?
Yeah, why do you want his money so much?
It's because it's money.
Aren't you a
Ragnar-
princess?
Ragnar-
Why the fuck do you need my money?
Ragnar,
I
how
am a
old are you?
broke bitch now. Are you kidding me?
That sounds
I don't
oddly
fucking
familiar.
know that.
Look,
Mhm.
Ragnar keeps his money because it's his money. I mean, here's the thing. It's a lot of money. So obviously, like, I'm not trying to presume, Ragnar. You know that I don't like doing that kind of thing. But you could pay for food and shit if you wanted. And here's the thing, guys. If maybe you trusted him with the funds, he'd be more willing to cover your expenses.
Can we also keep into account that he is part dragon, and dragons do like to hoard?
I
Which
literally
means-
mentioned that 4 times and no one ever listens to me.
I listen to you, and I like put my hand on your shoulder.
Oh, look at these guys, 6 feet apart because they're not gay.
Nah, they're gay.
Nah. Full gay.
Two
Bromance
bros
right
sitting
there.
in a hot tub.
6 feet apart because they're
Let
not
me tell
gay,
you this,
but
Gragnar.
they aren't
If it's but they aren't gay.
Look, we know that even if they were 6 feet apart, Ragnar's dong could still reach. All right.
And
my God.
Franz would shake his.
But,
What was that
but in a
TikTok you sent me back?
heterosexual way.
Where they tripped and they played the guitar on the way down?
Oh, together.
Oh, I saw that.
That's Fran and Ragnar.
Oh,
But then they stand up and they're in a knot.
I
Oh,
forgot.
dang it.
Oh.
Not again.
What's up?
Did we ever figure out how to get rid of my black spot? I forgot.
You have
Yeah.
been on lockdown for the past week, and you haven't had a chance to because everybody's been forced to sleep. But if you go ahead with Fran today and say go see Yolanda, you might be able to handle it.
Okay.
Franz just like waves his hand. Yo, still here. Still can help you.
Do you want to do that or?
Well, that would mean a little bit of alone time with you, and I'm not sure if your bodyguard here would appreciate that.
Suck a node.
Oh, is it yours? Because gladly.
Anyway,
Click. Release. Click. Release.
Love how you've
Hi,
managed to
Chrono, welcome to
best-
chat.
Essentially, get on the bad
Hi,
side of the
Naruto,
two
welcome
most
back.
charismatic people on the team.
And yes, I am a goblin.
Garum proceeds to state, take the time to think about it. Again, we have at least a week, but tomorrow's when Yolanda's handing out the documentation, which would be a good opportunity for us. The captain has to receive that documentation, which means that essentially we can at least sneak on board.
Well, alright.
So what we
Okay.
will need to figure out is the exact time and how exactly we are going to get on this ship.
Hmm.
That is up to y'all.
Well, Sam, if you're comfortable with it, I can go with you, and we can figure out exactly when they're going to be docking, when they're going to be unloading, when they will be loading back up. And then we can just get an idea of when they're going to be around. Since you know your way around the docks, and I know my way around information, I think it would be the best to work out.
From my understanding and my recollection, the best way that we are going to get on that ship is when they're loading cargo. Did they happen to say if they're currently still taking on cargo while they're in embargo, or if they're not accepting anything onto the ship?
Nothing's being accepted onto the ship at this time.
Okay.
However,
food, anything?
If they bought food in bulk, then I would assume that would be allowed as long as it's checked by the city guard.
Well, they said the captain hasn't left the ship, right?
Yeah, the captain never leaves the ship. He'll be
they're definitely getting
food.
They're definitely getting supply delivered in, and that'll be our ticket in. If we can get in through the cargo hold, that'll be our best way in.
Or what if we disguise ourselves as the ones giving him the food and then kill him there?
Right. That's what so by going in through the cargo, and coming in that way and making the delivery ourselves, that in my mind will overall be our best option.
Hey, DM, are there any food around me?
For you right now?
Are there any food?
Are there any food?
So there is beef food, yes.
Oh, good. Is it? Can we say that it's like grapes or something like fruit?
So it's grapes and it's grapes, apples, things like that. That'd be good for you to eat.
Okay.
So healthier foods.
While everyone is talking, I like pat Gragnar on the shoulder, and I signal to him that I want to throw it in his mouth to feed him.
Shit!
Just and I throw.
I'm imagining him still strapped down on the bed.
He absolutely is. Well, he's not on a bed. They put him on one of those straight up gurney things.
They just strapped me to it. I'm assuming they just took the muzzle off because I stopped screaming.
So I'm throwing him some grapes so that he could catch it on his tongue and eat it because he hasn't eaten.
Just missing.
Roll a dex check.
Gladly, I got you.
I'm gonna laugh if you just keep missing.
Oh god, what is my... I got a 10 on the dice, but hang on.
Dex is actually pretty good.
Let me see what my dexterity is. Is it just a modifier or a save?
It's just a modifier.
Okay, I'm gonna... It's a 10 then, because I have a 0 in that.
So you look at Gragnar, you're like, hey man, you nodding at him, he's like, oh yeah, and he goes, and you throw it, and it lands in his throat, but it lands the back end, and he starts coughing. And
I just give him like a thumbs up, like a double thumbs up, and smile.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I should use a different die.
Oh no.
That would be a whopping 6.
Ragnar is choking on a grape.
So while they're having this serious information, I want y'all to be known that the process of events was I give him a sign I'm gonna throw these grapes in your mouth, and he's like, oh fuck yeah, he opens his mouth wide. I throw a grape, it gets launched into the back of his throat, he starts coughing and choking. I jump out of bed and I start giving him the Heimlich.
You literally start unstrapping him from the bed, and Ragnar's eyes are bulging as he can't even breathe, and you proceed to stand behind him. Yeah, and you start giving this 2 foot tall fucking.
Can I roll for survival?
2'7".
Can I please roll for survival?
I'm imagining me, Sam, and Gilliam just staring at this.
It would be a medicine check.
Medicine? Okay, got you. Hang on.
And me and Sam and Gilliam are just sitting there staring at this event happening.
What'd you get?
15.
15? You Heimlich 2, 3, 4. It's the grape just comes out and fucking lands on the floor covered in saliva.
And he's just he pats you on the back and then feeds you a regular one.
Gragnar sits there just like, you are heaving and breathing for the first time in literally
It hits
30
Garum
seconds.
in the forehead.
It just lands on the floor. It just falls on the floor.
Damn it.
Okay, that went down the wrong tube. Fuck.
You want to try again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, in the background, roll that dex one more time.
You got it.
And
Ooh,
as they're
13.
doing this, it hits his mouth and he almost chokes on it again, but he catches it. He's like,
Anyway,
I
as you were.
should mention we are doing battle plans right now.
my
I'm not
bad.
going to be of any help at all, unless you want the ship to be on fire. So,
What?
because
No,
we
don't underestimate
all I'm
yourself
gonna do
like
is
that,
notice
Ragnar.
motion to the basement situation.
I was gonna be like, look, don't underestimate yourself, man. That you have so
I
much
literally
potential.
blew a hole in a
So
wall.
much potential. It's okay.
to
It's
blow
okay.
shit up and burn it
Also,
down.
And you know
I'm
what?
pretty
That is
sure
a feat we need.
Also, I'm pretty sure Sam would literally murder you if you blew up the ship.
That's why I said I'm not going to be much help here in this situation.
From my
Because-
understanding, the ship itself is enchanted to withstand a multitude of weather strikes on it, including lightning. So, needless to
Oh.
say, it is weather and fireproof if, the enchantments are still intact on that. So that
See?
could prove
The
helpful.
question is, do we
Um,
want to stress test those enchantments in this current scenario?
well, I'm going to
That's
let
a
you
good
all
point.
decide this. I'm going to go ahead and rest because I haven't slept in 3 days.
Boo.
Wonderful. And his head just slowly turns towards you.
She's just
Ooh.
smiling.
Boo.
Old man.
Boo. And the amount of stress he's been under since you've been literally hospitalized just snaps. He puts his hands on the side of your chair and leans in, his snoot's just against your face. Boo. Your mother left me with one job to make sure you fucking live. And you decided that in order to preserve that life, we're gonna go in the fucking basement with fucking enlisted. And then when you
Hey.
come back up, you shut up. I will put one between your fucking eyes, you goddamn bardic inspirational
Garum?
piece of shit.
Garum?
Ooh.
Garum,
Don't threaten me with a
go
good
to bed.
time.
Go to bed. Thank you for everything you've done.
You
Thank
tell
you
him,
for
Sam.
the information. Go to bed.
He
You shut
places
the
his-
fuck up.
Oh,
He
I
places
love when you
his
talk to me
hands
like that.
on the cheeks of Calypso, and he slowly gives you a kiss on the forehead. I love you. You are like a child to me. You are like my own child. I will send you to your father any day. And
Nah, you wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Garum, go to bed.
All right. And he gives one last look to Fran.
Hey.
And you hear the click from his gun engage and loosen. And he just, as he walks down the hall, you can hear click.
I'm just gonna whisper over to
Click.
Fraud. Oh, what a good boy! He can follow orders.
Oh my god.
But in all seriousness,
Fran.
he's a good man.
Fran.
Yeah.
This is a whisper thing. I'm trying to not let them know.
Okay.
I'm like open my bag and I pull out his ammo and then put it back.
And Fran's face is just gonna go wide with a big smile.
Sleight of hand.
Wait, you did what?
Sleight
I
of
stole
hand.
his ammo a while ago.
He did.
What is he doing?
He stole his ammo.
So he stole the extra ammo.
God damn!
He stole the extra ammo that was the shopkeep had, and he only gave him about half of what the shopkeep
Oh
had.
no, I didn't give him any of it.
Yeah.
I
No,
gave him
when
his
he first
broken gun.
When he first got the gun, he got half of what the shopkeep had, and you got the other half.
20. Pseudo 20.
Oh.
Anyone's passive perception higher than that, or you
Absolutely not. But I mean, he's showing it to
No.
me, so.
Yeah. So you show it to Fran. You pull out a couple of rounds of ammunition. Gragnar, you haven't actually studied the ammunition yet, but when you look at it For a split second, something catches your eye. What looks like almost runes, but again, you shove it back in so that no one notices it.
So, because he showed it to me, do I see the runes?
You do. You see the runes.
Oh, I'm gonna use an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Hot damn, that's a 16.
Oh.
Off the top of your head, because it was so quick, even though you got really high, you don't really recognize what each of the individual runes are. You see one particular rune on a bullet that is black, and it seems to be a rune for elemental magic.
Oh. So Fran's gonna take a peek inside the bag while you're like giggling about it. He's gonna go, oh, and then smile, and then like give you a thumbs up, and then look away.
For player knowledge, caster bolts.
Fuck yeah! No way.
Yep.
No way, for real? Like you're using caster bolts?
Yep.
So has Garum left the room?
Garum is out of the room.
I'm gonna take out my sending stone and be like, "Hey, Garum."
This
It's
poor man.
quiet for a second.
Uncle Garum.
Blow him a kiss for me, darling.
No.
The fuck do y'all want now?
Can I have a glass of water, please?
You hear something rustling really quickly as he gets up, and you can hear the footsteps through the thing as he begins to walk. And as you hear the kind of hang up sound, you can hear the footsteps getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And all of a sudden you hear Yolanda, "Where are you going?" "I'm gonna fucking kill him." And then all of a sudden Yolanda goes, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." And you hear him go, "I'm gonna fucking kill him. You gave me 1 freebie. You gave me 5 freebies."
What is he up to with this?
And Yolanda's like, I know. I raised him. You don't get to do this though. You don't, not yet. You need him. I don't need him. Your crew needs him. Your little girl needs him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna castrate him. I'm gonna cook his
Can we
fucking
hear this?
castrated nuts. Yeah, you can hear it. And
Your
I'm gonna
little girl
fucking serve him
likes
to him.
me.
You do what?
And all of a sudden, there is a large flash of light as you see a blackish green smoke, like
Ooh.
elemental attack come down the way, and you hear a roar as you realize his dragon breath just instinctively went off.
He
Oh,
likes
God.
me.
I just wanted a glass of water.
She just
Oh,
wanted
this
a
is
glass
fun.
of water.
And you hear him being dragged off by Yolanda. You hear a door shut, and you hear 3 people going, "What the fuck happened?" It's like, I don't. And Yolanda's like, "Don't ask. Make sure he sleeps. Get the drugs." And Yolanda comes to the door and opens it, and you see that her nunnery hat is like disturbed and things like that. She corrects her hair and corrects herself and steps in, and she sets down a glass of water for you.
Oh,
She's
Yolanda, I hope
sitting
you're having
there.
a wonderful day.
He
I'm
he
sitting
was
there-
mumbling about you wanting water as he was being dragged away.
I'm sitting there, like, I'm assuming I heard all of that, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So I'm sitting there just kind of just like, he hates me.
Oh no.
And Yolanda wraps her arm around you. "No, honey, he hates Fran.
That's right.
He loves you, but he's also hasn't slept since you came back."
I live in his brain, rent free.
That's
Shut up,
fucking
Fran.
That's fucking hilarious.
Calypso. Calypso. "You've been in here a week and he hasn't slept. He has been at that door, or he has been bringing you food, or he has been checking on all of you. He even went so far, Fran, as to make sure that your medicine was correct,
Okay.
because he knew that if you end up worse off, then she ends up worse off. So no, he doesn't hate you. He despises Fran. He loathes Fran. He wishes Fran would drop dead. But for you, honey, it's the world. He would give the world."
I want to say something, but I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm going to say nothing.
And that is a perfectly safe way to be, Gragnar.
Safe.
safe.
And she goes ahead and she gives you a kiss on the forehead too, just comforting. And she looks over at Fran and just does the whole points to her eyes and points to him.
And he just smiles at her and he's like, "Thank you."
Fran,
Yes, ma'am.
I was going to put in a good word for you and see if you and the secretary wanted to go for a night out on the town. But I think that you might just be better off lonely and just, I don't know, just not doing that. And she just walks out.
That's fine. She's out of my league. I know my place.
Damn.
And I'm not.
Oh no, you're way out of my league. Way out of my league. But I am damn well gonna try. But I've been trying with that lady for a while, and she should not. Nope. But
So-
you, I'm just getting started.
Oh no.
Garum is like being drugged in the other room. And
I'm gonna need
just
you to take
absolutely-
20% off there, bud.
Yep.
But as this all winds down, you guys are released from the medical area, and you're able to go around the town for the day. Okay. Now, Fran and Calypso, you
Yes.
stated that you wanted to try to work towards getting that black spot off. Is that
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what I want to do.
Ragnar, what are you wanting to do?
Make another experiment.
Fuck yeah.
And Sam, what is your goal today?
My goal is to just get a better idea of like battle plans in general. She's going to be obsessed.
Okay.
Just of how everything's going to go. Like it has to go perfect without a hitch for her.
Okay. So Sam, we're going to start with you. You go to with Calypso and Fran to see Sister Yolanda. And as you go to see her, Sister Yolanda actually goes ahead and sends you to talk to the secretary. And you walk down to the front area where everyone kind of can meet and talk and things like that for more business oriented at the back of the church. And the secretary is sitting there at a desk with a stack of paperwork, as well as this model of what looks to be your ship. It's actually like a miniature scaled model that she is like gluing the mask on. You're late.
Sorry.
Not you.
Oh. I'm just used to being late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I was
It's
just
fine.
sent her way here.
No, it's fine. I heard that Fran nearly gave Garum an aneurysm.
It was all in good fun.
He's good at that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And the secretary picks up the ship after she's done and moves it to a center table. And she takes the top off the ship and sets it to the side. And you realize that this is not only a miniature model, it is one that has been separated so that you can have a better understanding of the ship's layout from a top-down view. I've been working on this all week.
It's safe to assume like Sam already knows like the ship like the back of her hand.
Yes,
Well, one of
but
them
it's
anyway.
always good to have a top-down view
Right.
because you know it, but no one else might.
Mm-hmm.
And so she sets that down. She pulls out some paperwork and she lays it all out. So, are you doing this?
Of course I am.
Well, here is everything we have on the ship. And she pulls out a single envelope with 2 pieces of paper inside. Not double-sided.
Okay. Is Sam allowed to like just take the envelope and like look at it?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll do that.
All right, so you take it, you open it, and you see that it lists 10 of the crew members' names, and it has blank spaces for other crew members that are supposed to be there. It has the captain. It has the description of the captain and some of the crew, such as his first mate, whom you do not recognize. There's a name there, but you do not recognize it. The first mate's name is Samuel. And again, it's not a name that you recognize. You just sit there like, okay, Samuel, okay. You see the old man's name marked out, the one that originally told you about the ship. As he is no longer part of the crew. But as you look over, you don't see anyone that you recognize on these crew names. Not a single one. Weirder yet, the crew seems to be pretty much humans and elves with a couple dwarves, and it was a very mixed bag before, where you had a lot of different people from different around the world, from drow to kobolds at times, even a few goblins. But at this time, it seems to be listed as mostly just humans and elves, with a couple of dwarves who apparently work deeper in the decks. You do see that there's some notice of documentation on the second page that states that there was no one at the helm when the ship docked. It seemed to dock on its own. And it came bringing spices as well as clothing and fabrics and things like that, basic trade items. But again, it also notates that that doesn't seem to be the... It doesn't seem to be the full amount that should be on the ship. Like, they had less than normal. Normally should have been on the ship. The documentation states that the crew seemed to be on a 3-period watch. Basically, you have first, second, and third. First watch goes in the morning, starting at 6. Second watch starts at 2, and third watch starts at 10 o'clock. Meaning that those are the times that would probably be best to sneak on if the watches are being swapped out. You also see that most of the crew there seem to be just average individuals of varying ages, between the ages of like 20 to 40. They seldom leave the ship as a crew. And when they do, it's usually to gather food and bring it on the ship as a whole. And they tend to buy in bulk for a couple of days, so they'll get a few crates here and there. But the crates are always checked by the city guards, you know, to make sure there's no smuggling. It'll be right before they go on to the ship. And so that's the information that's there. It's not a lot, but it's a lot of hyper-specific information that is helpful.
So the key is not only do we have to get on the ship, but we also have to get past the city guard that's expecting the cargo.
And the secretary goes, "You could always pay off the city guard.
You could do that sexy spell you did that one time.
What?
Remember? She made herself look younger and like more sexy or something.
Yeah, that was with Viera though. I don't know any
Oh.
magic offhand.
I'm gonna need an example.
No.
Heard. Understood.
I'm gonna ask the secretary. Do we know of any immediate magic users in the church that could help us with disguises?
I know several people who are capable of using disguise self, but as for
I can help.
spells along those lines, I would recommend actually getting some disguise kits.
Okay.
I know a guy.
I have 2 on hand right now.
I have disguise self.
You do have disguise self.
Yeah.
Okay.
And disguise self only works on yourself, however. I will point that out.
I could try to be the distraction.
And again, Fran offered that they do have some connections.
I do have connections. How else would I blend in so well with so many people? You know, before I killed them.
You have connections with... Do you have connections with City Guard in particular?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So a few of us could be in disguise going on the ship, and a few more of us could be hidden in the cargo.
I could also disguise myself as the person who checks the cargo, and then just pay off the guard later and tell them they owe me a favor, because they do. That
If you
way,
think
I'll
you
be
can
the
get
one.
away with that.
I'll be the one doing the checking of the cargo. Y'all will be able to board safely with no issues or no complications, and we can move on.
That could work.
That sounds like a solid plan to me.
And
The
you said
question-
that there are 3 on watch at all times, correct?
No, it's 3 different watches.
Oh, got it. Okay.
They swap out. It's about 4 or 5 per watch.
Okay.
They seem to be walking the hull of the deck near without stopping, in all actuality. They don't seem to rest during their nearly 8-hour periods.
Is there like a enchantment or something that makes them do that?
I don't know. The ship is a bit of a blind spot for me, which is very odd. But not uncommon. I would recommend that this plan that you have right now is pretty good, and I would say that it's your best bet, unless you come up with something better.
Am I allowed to take this with me? And Sam's going to point at the ship model and the documents.
The ship model stays. I worked too damn hard on that for you to drop it somewhere. Also, I'll put it with my
I can
collection.
appreciate that.
And she waves behind her at a cabinet that you now notice that there are like models of different ships and buildings that are in the city that she's built herself. It's a cabinet full of them. And there seems to be a large empty space strictly for this ship. As for the paperwork, I would recommend that you can take it, but be very careful that it isn't taken.
It'll remain in my quarters.
Understood.
And I'll make sure to give it back to you before the event.
Just burn it.
Okay. And
she goes ahead and she puts the model back together. And she almost looks very pleased as she then pulls out what looks like a model, a small figure or model version of you, Sam. And she puts it at the helm of the ship. Perfect.
Oh, that's really cute. That's real cute. That made my day right there.
As she goes ahead and finishes up talking with you, she looks to Calypso and Fran. So about the spot on your hand.
Oh yeah.
Fran.
Yes.
Do you happen to have your notes with you?
Always.
Or your predecessor's notes, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Finger on nose. You don't have that.
I don't have that one? I thought I did.
Nope.
I thought he gave it to me.
No, you have your notes that have been updated. Inquisitor Eye's notes, Calypso has.
Oh.
I have those.
Yes.
She takes them out and who do I hand them to, Fran or you?
She holds out her hands.
She gives it to her.
And she takes the book almost reverently, and with very much care. And she kind of gently caresses it with a slight smile on her face. Your predecessor was a good friend of mine.
I'm aware.
They give you all the details on where we found that book.
I don't remember.
Y'all did not give those details to Fran.
Nope.
I mean, did you want?
Is that the one you
details
took from
on-
the?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one we
Yes.
burned down the play. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I thought I'd bring it up since we never mentioned it, and I'm assuming they don't have any extra information on it. But we do know where we found that. I remember.
You don't want to know how we got that.
I don't.
I mean, you already said it, so.
Huh?
I was speaking out of character.
Oh.
Where did you get that?
There was this
was-
what is their names? I wrote them down. Hold on.
It was right before I got my spot.
Right before.
Catherine. I didn't write their last name down, but their name's Catherine. It was the nobles that were back in. It was a noble, like some slaving family. They're fucking cunts.
Oh, was it the lady who thinks she's holier than thou? Bullshit.
Yeah.
House. Oh, never mind.
We
Never
kind
mind.
of beat the shit out of her and her dad.
Okay,
Ah.
to be fair, they started it. We just finished it.
Tron, you do know about this encounter. You know exactly about this encounter because it's one of the reasons you were sent to investigate them. You also know that the daughter is in a coma
Oh.
Good.
and that the
Good.
father has been crippled, but he has been
Good.
unseen for months now.
And
I love my
so Fran's
handiwork.
gonna think for a moment of how to like bring this up. He's gonna be like, "So y'all did that?"
I love my handiwork.
And
So-
Sam's gonna like onlook onto y'all because she knew nothing about this because this is the first thing that came into y'all's
Oh.
party.
So
She's like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Y'all-
long story.
y'all
Okay,
did
"Y'all see that noble in her,
TLDR.
Daddy?"
Okay, 2, TLDR, they were racist as fuck and were calling me a pet the entire time. 2,
Rude
they
as
were
hell.
selling people in the fucking basement. 3, they started it, we finished it. Also, I may or may not have started a fire that burned down the entire building. However, before that happened,
Hold on. Did you say that they were selling people in the basement?
yes, they were
Yeah, they
selling
had
kobolds and a handful of other
Kobold-
people.
Yeah.
They
Fran,
are.
you
Okay,
are-
but you kicked her
Yeah, I
out,
was-
right?
They are
Oh,
not
speaking of
permitted
which-
to do so
Wait,
unless they
hold
are
on,
in the
hold
Kingdom
on.
United.
I will pull out the notes that I found.
They were not in the Kingdom United. They were
I
in
have-
they were in
I-
some
He
town.
said, "Let me take out my receipt."
So I actually kept really good notes on this. I pull out the
It was
papers
like-
that I have.
It was
of
like an
them-
underground auction.
Yeah, they had a
Underground.
correspondence that I also found inside the desk between some of the guards within the town, including like some of the higher ups. So whether they were like skirting around the things, which I will pull out of my bag of holding, be like, boop, there you go.
And Fran's gonna look over your notes that you've taken, and
It wasn't notes that I taken. This is full on official documents. I
Oh,
found.
official
God.
document. He's gonna
these
look
are
over the official document.
correspondence. Yeah,
you're
these
gonna
are official
see-
correspondence of the city guard and several nobles talking about what's happening and how they can't get
Mhm.
rid of the Kingdom United because if they did, they could burn the city to the ground.
So Fran's
Oh.
looking over
Sam's
it,
gonna
and he's
clarify
like
though.
looking through the pages, and he's gonna be like, So they were selling slaves.
Tanat, that's the town. There we go.
They were selling slaves in this town that,
Mhm.
although associated somewhat with the Kingdom United, was not permitted to be selling slaves. Did they take
Oh.
on slaves from locals?
I don't know. I
Yes.
don't remember. Yes?
Yes.
That was the whole
Because
reason y'all got involved.
Yeah, I knew some
They
of the
did.
kobolds last
Was-
I checked.
Were they willing? It's different if that was the case.
No, not in the
No.
slightest.
They
Oh,
were not.
well, the fact that she's in a coma and her dad's a cripple makes everything fair and better.
I got the last hit
Yeah,
on them, so
sick.
that was fun. But yeah, that was
Also-
To be
So-
honest, they could actually get into a severe amount of trouble for going beyond those laws, despite who they think they are.
Also,
well, if
I-
you continue.
I was gonna say also I'm looking back at my notes too. We found something about Inquisitor K.
And he's like, what?
Um,
So, Fran, Inquisitor K is considered to be one of the top inquisitors,
Right.
and was the one that actually took down I and turned him in. He is someone who is very capable with magic of all sorts. He is someone who is considered to be a paladin of the Kingdom United, if there was such an equivalent. In the Kingdom United, there aren't paladins, there are high seers,
Right.
and he is a high seer.
He was sending test subjects to Ashengard.
Can I see your notes, Calypso?
Hold the fuck
Sure.
on. Hold on. Something's not lining up. Why was Inquisitor I captured to begin with?
It was strictly listed as heresy.
Let's
That
just
seems
say he was
Hmm.
wrongfully prosecuted, in my opinion.
That seems extremely convenient.
Real quick, as you say wrongfully, the secretary. Oh no, he really did try to kill one of the kings.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and like you see, like Fron is still new to betraying his country, so he just kind of gets weak in the knees, and he like catches himself on the table, and he's like, "That's confirmed. That's confirmed."
I helped him get into the building.
It just seems like it's extremely convenient because of all these things stacking together. So first off, I found his notebook and those papers in the exact same spot. In the notebook, before like it ended, because we read through it and everything, it was cataloging him looking into the Tanat slave trade investigation. And they just so happened to be like, found in the same place. Like you see what I'm like getting at here, right? Correct. It seems a little too convenient.
Calypso, you've been on the run this entire time, haven't you?
Well, yeah, for the last 5-10 years, I forgot what we said, but
and you just so happened to come into a town where the Kingdom United was doing illegal sales of slaves and taking in unwilling slaves, and then suddenly are given the black spot. This just seems too, as Gragnar put it, coincidental.
Oh no, it's totally because of my uncle. He's trying to get me back. That was the whole reason why I'm on the run.
Understood on that. That information.
Okay, also I have a description of somebody else who's technically looking for us that may or may not help. I have like an entire description written down of that fucking maid looking for us, so we were hiding under a rock.
Oh my god.
The blonde-haired one.
Which one?
Gragnar, it is the person who led the Inquisition search for you.
One of the Seekers. It was one of the Seekers was looking for us.
And as
Ragnar,
I like how we're all just now going back and reading our notes. It's like,
I've been reading over them for the longest time, but we haven't had a reason to
I've
pull
only
up the
been genuinely trying to build a compelling story with you guys since the beginning. It's okay.
No.
Like, no. It
we
helps.
Just haven't had a reason.
I was gonna say it helps that I'm associated with the Kingdom United, so you know.
But Fran, as they describe the person, your face goes pale because that is in fact the very Inquisitor you were just talking about.
Well, shit.
Inquisitor K was the one who put the spot on.
So he's gonna look at Calypso. Can I see the spot?
Sure. And she, I guess, unwraps her arm and shows her.
There's the bracelet is there that goes ahead and weakens it, but you see the spot, and it is a black spot. And this is the first time y'all have looked at it in a long time. That black spot has grown to take up the majority of the palm of your hand and is reaching up your wrist.
Oh no.
Well,
that's new.
I can remove this.
But I feel like there's a but.
It might hurt a lot. Quite a bit.
I'm not cutting off my hand. We've already discussed this.
No. First of all, I would never harm a hair on your head. Second, he's a very, very powerful Inquisitor.
And racist. Don't forget racist.
Extremely. I was trying to surpass him. That was what this job was going to do for me. Whenever I was going to become an Inquisitor, my job was to essentially be on par or above him. That was what I was going for.
You were going to become an Inquisitor, and you could work your way towards being a High Inquisitor.
Yeah. I was trying to gain that type of power. He is a very powerful Inquisitor. Now, again, I am not saying that I can't remove it, because I can. There may be a cost for it, but you personally will not have to worry about that.
Taking a look at it and the fact that it has grown, once you remove it, you know that Inquisitor K will know it's gone.
Yes.
And will be now aware that someone with the capability of removing the mark of the kingdom is with the crew.
Yes.
I
So
mean, we technically already have one person that's like that. What's another? All of us are wanted anyway.
listen,
Apparently,
they are still unaware that I've betrayed the Kingdom United. The only
But
person...
that one Inquisitor that you knew knows.
Oh, you don't have to worry about A. He's not
Are
gonna...
you sure?
I 100% guarantee that man would never betray me, because if I called him dad once, he would cry. Watch this. And he pulls out his book. Hey, Dad, how are you? And he writes it in the book, and he closes it for like 2 seconds, and then opens it back up. And like,
who the fuck is this? What happened to Fran? What did you do to him? What did you do to his son? I'm fucking kill you. And a little symbol appears on the bottom of the page, and it starts pinging. And it starts off slow at first.
1 second.
And it gets
Click.
faster and faster and faster
He
and
presses
faster
on
and
it.
faster
Shut
and
up!
faster and
Shut
faster
up!
and faster
I'm right
and faster
here,
and
you
faster and
stupid
faster and faster.
fucking old man!
Who are you calling a stupid old man? And he's behind you.
Oh god. Closes the book. Hi.
Hi.
I was making a point, and I think I made it. So, do you believe me now?
Is he like actually here?
Yeah, he's actually
Yes.
there, and you see his eyes are glowing blue.
Maybe you can help.
Oh boy. And he turns around. Hello? A.
After that heart attack, you call me Dad.
damn.
Hello, Dad.
Daddy.
Feel better?
Son.
I feel pretty good. And he's just this older guy who's just, and his little tear in the corner of his eye.
Yep. Clean your face.
Excuse
No.
me.
Cats in the cradle and the silver.
He looks at you, Calypso, and he says, with no hate, no.
Oh, but why?
If I remove it, they'll know I removed it.
Yep.
Because it'll be perfect. If he removes it, it won't be perfect.
Yep.
But
I mean,
what?
they're already looking
would
for
be
us. Like,
more-
I feel like it doesn't make a difference.
He would be in more danger than we would. Because with me, it's almost untraceable. With him, it's very traceable.
Wait,
Anyway,
I thought he said it was the other way around.
I'm not going to be... Okay, so, because I'm good at my job,
Yes.
no offense, Fran,
No, it's fine.
it would be a perfect removal, which would mean that they would know that someone high up did it.
Yep.
Fran, while studying these magics, is still new to it. And it's more of a ritual than magic, so anyone can try to remove it. The problem is the side effects of doing so.
What
His side
are the side
effects?
effects?
Nausea, vomiting, you could lose your hand.
I won't let that happen.
Indigestion.
A number of things.
Diarrhea.
But what I can do is I can do this, and he holds out a list to Fran, the things you'll need.
And he takes the list. Thank you.
And he says, and he hugs you, Fran. He does hug you.
Oh, that's real gay.
Oh,
Don't
Please.
ever play that kind of game again.
What? What kind of game?
when you coming home, son, I don't know it.
And he lets you go, and he kisses you on the forehead too, just like all the other people have been doing.
Oh.
And he proceeds to walk through a gate spell, not a dimension door, a gate spell. And proceeds to, you see his office space there, and you see that you see a table that has notes and things spurned about it, and on the center of the table is a odd looking dagger. Fran, it seems familiar, but you can't quite place it. And he proceeds to walk through the door, and it closes.
All I can say, just be lucky that Gragnar does not have a fucking mage hand. That's all I can say in these situations.
A what?
Be lucky Gragnar doesn't have mage hand.
Oh.
So
God damn it.
as the gate closes, Fran, you now have a list of the items necessary in order to remove the spot.
Gotcha.
Calypso, you feel a bit more refreshed about the idea of getting this removed, considering it's coming from multiple sources at once that it can be done. You've got 3 people that were in the room with you saying it can be done, from the secretary to Fran to Inquisitor A.
Yep.
And that is essentially the whole spectrum of trust for you, from Inquisitor A, you not trusting, to Fran, you kind of trust, and the secretary, the person you do trust. And you don't quite know why you trust the secretary so wholeheartedly, but it's almost an instinctual, full-fledged trust.
So
It's almost like I already know. No.
Dun, dun, dun.
and Fran's gonna like let go of your hand and go and then clap his hands together. Let's get started.
Okay.
And we're gonna, with that, we'll cut over to Gragnar. Now, Gragnar, what war crimes are you committing right now?
So, you know how I already have fire jelly, right?
Yes.
So the idea is to make some more, but in this batch, I'm mixing black powder and gunpowder.
For an initial combustive capability while also having that burning capability. Okay.
So. Now the thing is, I'm making something different. I have it written down in my notes. He's calling it GAC.
Yes.
What, dare I ask, is
you know C4?
I thought you already had that.
No,
he
the
had
first one's napalm.
So, Gragnar, you can spend, it will take you a week of at least 4 hours of tinkering a day. At least 4 hours of tinkering a day over a week period.
He's not gonna sleep.
And so what I would like for you to do, Gragnar, what I would like for you to do is roll 1 for each day, a d20, and add your
I am proficient with alchemist tools, and I get double proficiency because of my feats.
Yeah, using your alchemy tools, I want you to roll 1 a day for 7 days and give that to me. And at the end of the 7 days, we'll say that you have that capability. However, it will not happen right now. It is you experimenting. But if you could do that for me and then send that to me in Discord, what those rolls are, we're actually going to go ahead and call it now.
No.
It's 9:14. I've gone over almost 20 minutes over, and I got to get ready for work.
Okay.
But I hope you guys have had a fun session. I know it's a short session.
Yeah.
Lots of character stuff, lots of RP, and I love it.
Angry Garum is best Garum.
Yes.
And with that,
stop that.
Y'all need to leave that man alone.
Absolutely not. It's too much fun.